And I'm Nick. Oh shoot. Sorry guys. Sorry.
Amazing fit, dude. Amazing.
Great
I
bit.
got here just in time.
Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Three Strangers podcast. I am your host, Ryan.
I'm Bill. Sorry, I was waiting for the thing. Wait, who's this other guy?
Yeah. It's not me. I'm Nick. I've been here.
Oh,
I've been
you
here.
went here already. You went here already. Okay.
Yeah.
And we have another.
Of course, we do have someone else here. And I do want to mention, before we say our amazing guest, how the movie we're talking about today, the main actress has her own podcast where she talks to the president of Ireland.
What?
And all I'm saying is, I think our guest is a lot better. It is, of course, Caitlin.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie, like, I don't really care about Ireland. Like, I'm very happy to have Caitlin here, though.
So excited about it. Thank you. I haven't seen the podcast. Gonna look at it. Crazy intro. Thank you so much for that.
No problem. We are here to talk about the movie Extraordinary as part of our Lovecast, our Valentine's Day special, 3rd year running. I'm just excited that we're doing it this long, that we have another special that we're going to be doing. Of course, that we have our amazing guest back, Caitlin.
I'm back. Thanks for having me, guys. I'm so excited. I love this podcast. I tell all my friends about it. It's a great time. I love the theme. I love the characters at play here. That's you three.
Oh, we're characters.
Waiting for the merch line to come out.
We do actually need to talk on merch. We do have an outlet. There's somebody who reached out about it, so maybe future merch idea. Yeah. I'm dropping that live.
The collab drop.
Oh yeah,
Ooh.
hell yeah. Oh, collab. It's getting juicy. All right.
That's kind of cool. That's really cool. We should put a pin in that, though.
Yeah, let's save our business ideas for not for the public. Anyway.
It's funny to bring it up with the movie we have today, and I think it's great how, Caitlin, you've been here for Jennifer's Body. You've been here for the Blair Witch Project, and now we get to throw in a not very well-known horror film, Extraordinary, a little Irish horror comedy with some romance in it.
It's for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
I gotta say though, not well known, pretty well received though. We're talking about a movie that was pretty critically acclaimed at the time. I gotta say though, I have not heard of this movie in my life, and
same.
I would say between like the three of us, and I'll throw you in there like too, Caitlin. Like between the four of us, it's pretty insane that we didn't hear that. We have never even heard of it before. So unfortunate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love Irish movies in general. I showed Nick Unwelcome a few years ago as like part of like our Christmas episode.
Oh yeah,
Grabbers is an excellent Irish horror film for those who have never seen it. It's about Irish people figuring out how to fight these alien monsters, and they realize the way to do it is by getting super drunk. Amazing
Nice.
horror movie.
Seems pretty realistic.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait, how does the drunkenness help them? Like, are they just like?
Because the alien is like, it like sucks on their blood and stuff like that, but the alcohol is poisonous to it.
Ah.
Cool. Okay.
Cool.
That's
Cool.
It's like Mars Attacks logic or something. Like, okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I'll accept it.
Yeah, so what did you guys think about Extraordinary? Let's start with you, Caitlin.
Okay, this is gonna be a hot take on this podcast. I know. 10 out of 10. I love this movie. You guys picked the perfect one for me. I had the best time watching it. I never know what to expect coming on this podcast because I don't like horror movies. It's not really my thing. I'm Blair Witch Project terrifying. Okay,
Hell yeah.
I've had nightmares ever since I watched that.
Hell yeah.
Thank you so much for introducing me. This one, time of my life watching. It was so funny. I love the humor. I love how this is gonna sound crazy, realistic it was.
Yeah, no, I think realistic's a good. There is some realism here that was like, oh yeah, that's probably what a person would do.
Exactly, that's what the person would do, or just like the setting and the characters. It felt like a very real world to be in, and it was so funny. And I just love like Irish, European, dry humor like that. So that got me. I really enjoyed it. Would love to hear your thoughts.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I had such
Yeah?
a blast with it. I love European, Irish, British comedies just like you. And so the humor just like was perfect for me. And I think the heart of this movie between the two main characters that we see made me really enjoy it. I think the central performances of Rose and of Martin really make this movie probably what without them would have been a 2 out of 5 or like a 1.5 out of 5 into a better movie.
I'll snag on to that because I did not actually like it. However, what Ryan just said is the parts that I like. I when you said the heart, I genuinely, that is the exact word that I used. I was like, you know what? This film's got some heart though, and that was really nice. I loved watching the dynamic between those two. Martin, what a great name. I had to rewind because I was like, what's his name? Oh, it's Martin. Like I had to put subtitles on at that moment. And then they just stayed on. But that relationship, that like budding relationship that happens between those two as like the spine of all this, really charming. I really liked it.
Yeah, I know we've spoken upon this before when we've talked about like horror comedy like in general, but it's like okay, like usually like when you're doing something like that where it's sort of like genre is kind of like it feels like almost like versus each other, like you know like rom-com, sure, like you can imagine that, like you know like horror comedy maybe not so much, like usually one side of the house gets like filled out a little more than the other. I'm gonna say I was a really big fan of this movie too. It took me a little while to be like, okay, like this is what this is. And I'm gonna attribute that to like just like you know like that sort of like dry humor and like you know like weirdly like you know this is like the story they're going to tell with like somebody that has like you know like paranormal things, and then I'm like, oh, this is almost like a little Ghostbusters-y at times.
Yeah, it was a little Ghostbusters-y, yeah.
So when the ectoplasm came into play, I got very excited. I got very excited about that. And then it's like, oh, if we collect enough ectoplasm, I'm like, oh, okay. Like, you know, like, cool. We have our plot engine, like, you know. I did enjoy the ride I was on with this, and I obviously, I would say it leans later-hearted, but that it doesn't always, like, it's not afraid to take those risks. So I was speaking very generally because I don't want to get into spoiler territory until we're ready to do so. But I really enjoyed it. It was a great recommend. Ryan, you got recommended this by somebody else? Sorry.
So I was looking up different horror romance movies because I was thinking about the podcast. I was thinking about, you know, what we wanted to do for the special and trying to get ideas. And just scrolling down a list of just unconventional horror romance, not well known, all of that. And that's when I came upon this movie and I read the description. I was like, oh, that sounds kind of funny. And I was like, it's Irish. We could bring Caitlin on for this episode.
Yeah, because Caitlin's Irish. No, I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Caitlin, why don't you confirm?
I mean, Caitlin Erin O'Neill, maybe. Yeah.
O'Neill.
And then I thought, you know, we need a love expert for this episode talking about romance. I was like, who better to ask?
And I'm so grateful you picked me for this movie because I loved it so much. I'm going to make all of my friends and family watch it now.
Oh, heck yeah.
Spreading it. That's amazing.
Yep.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So I think, you know, we've already recommended it. We're on a little bit of a tighter schedule today, so we're just going to start going into spoiler territory for this movie. It's on Paramount Plus if you want to watch it. I think we all recommend it in some capacity.
Yeah.
Of course.
This is the most we've ever agreed.
Oh, that's good.
Wait a second.
In that case, I hated it. Good night.
No, wait a second. Nick, stay in your lane.
Write this down for the merch. Write it down.
No, I think it's nice when we kind of have like something that we can like come together. There's a lot to like here. There is stuff to be critical of, but no, I'm happy. I am happy that we all agree. After the vitriol I've spit over the years, it's nice to, it's the love fast. It's the love cast. This is great.
Yeah. And speaking about the love cast, I gotta ask Caitlin about our main characters in the movie, Martin, and Rose. Their first date technically being getting a driving lesson. Is that a good first date idea?
Hell yeah. Love that. He was so cute. And just the parallel between... Should I get into spoilers?
Yeah.
Okay. Just the parallel between him bringing 2 sandwiches and 2 juice boxes and but thinking of her versus the villain of the story bringing us... I mean, he didn't even make his own sandwich, but getting in the car and being like, I brought myself a snack for later. I think it was just a very good contrast to show, like, this is a really good guy, and I was a big fan.
Yeah, I didn't even pick up on that contrast. That's really interesting. He cares about her right away.
He didn't even know her yet.
Yeah. Just a caring person.
Yeah. Really good
I think
guy.
there's a lot of interesting relationship dynamics in this movie. You have Martin with his dead wife, Bonnie. Martin with Rose. And then you have our main villain, Christian, with his wife. His wife, I think, is the craziest character in this whole movie.
So funny.
Let me... Claudia Winter. No, sorry. Claudia Winter is the character. Claudia O'Doherty?
Okay.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Irish name.
Is yes, Irish name. I think she's also in Dead to Me, which is a show about a woman who kills her husband and then makes an accomplice with her. And I said that, and now I want to make sure that that's actually true, because maybe that's not true. Maybe that's not her, and it's not. Never mind. Wow.
Guys, we
This
love
is
to
good.
lie
This
here
is
on the Three Strangers podcast and spread as much minced information as we possibly can.
Like this
Podcasting is about,
Yeah. Well, okay. That's my part. Actually,
production values where our equipment like breaks like mid thing, and also like to fact check ourselves in real time. That's the kind of like production values we have.
Yeah. Okay, well, let me say this about Will Forte then, because this I know for a fact. Will Forte was in an old show, not old, like 2010, I think, 2012, in a show called The Last Man on Earth. It only had 1 season, and it was about this guy, Will Forte, who, again, plays like pretty much the same character if he wasn't a Satanist. And it's just this guy who's like trying to make do. And it's not like a zombie apocalypse kind of thing, it's just that like everybody died except him. And it's this like really awkward humor, this awkward dry humor that really parallels, or that really like compares to the dry humor of Extraordinary.
I want to watch it.
I got it.
Loved the humor in this movie.
Oh, I would recommend The Last Man on Earth. It was one of those things where like it was too bad it didn't get renewed, because like it's a good premise. So.
Yeah, and he's a Saturday Night Live alum.
Yes, he is. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I feel like it's like, like when we talk about like English comedy, like Irish comedy, it's that sort of like love it or hate it kind of experience. Irish comedy, I find works a lot better. Even in like, I feel like Irish comedy lends itself well to sort of heavy concepts. I can't recommend this movie because it was a deeply upsetting movie, just like in terms of like to me in terms of its like subject matter. But Banshees of Inisherin. It went on a real Oscars run a few years back. I don't know if you guys remember it.
Yep.
It features Barry Keoghan. Back when I was calling him Barry Keoghan, when like I didn't understand how to pronounce his name.
We all were.
Yeah, there you go. And a lot of others and very like good parts, but like in the tragedy there, the humor could kind of undercut it in kind of surprising ways, and I felt that a lot while watching this as well. While watching Extraordinary,
Because it is quite the story about grief, right? You got one grieving widower who is talking to his ex-wife, his ex-wife's ghost, and also a woman who blames herself for her dad's death.
Yeah.
Right? It's her dad, yeah? Yeah, it's her dad. Mm-hmm.
Kind of a reverse ghost situation. You guys ever seen that movie? I don't know if you guys... Sorry, you guys are looking at me very... I promise it was a very popular movie in the 90s. The Patrick Swayze one. I don't know if anyone else here's...
Yeah.
Yeah, Patrick Swayze, yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh,
Yeah, it became a musical.
No, I mean, I know Patrick Swayze.
They made a ghost musical?
Yeah, they made a ghost musical. I can tell you right now, I have a song on my like musical playlist from that musical. It's not a great musical. I'm gonna be so for real, but that one song, 3 little words, it's a pretty good song.
Right, I'm so deeply shocked that this didn't. We don't need to make musicals of everything, guys. We don't need to make musicals of everything. Broadway is, there's a comeback and things are going to move again. We don't need to make a ghost musical. That's okay. That's fine.
So you don't want Extraordinary, the musical?
Oh, dude, I don't need extra. Okay.
We can have a song about Christian with his stick.
Oh, Caitlin does.
Caitlin does. Okay, well this is don't even get me started on how we're remaking the same stuff over and over again. I hate that. Anyway, it's new ideas, please. Anyway.
I don't know, we could have a fire song about the demon when he comes out and is like, looking for Rose, because twist in the movie, which I think they do a good job of like giving the hints throughout that Rose is the virgin that he's looking for.
I missed all those hints. What do you mean?
So like the first time they interact, she touches the staff and it instantly like shocks her and moves as soon as she touches it. And when he's like pointing it at the store, it's just in that direction because we see like the stick just kind of falls in certain ways to show where it is. So that's like the big hint of the movie that, oh no, it's her. That
Caitlin, I didn't pick up on it either. We're good.
Okay,
We're good.
Okay, I'm in good company here.
Yeah,
I was like, am I not a good enough movie watcher here?
We weren't paying attention enough.
Loved that twist.
Yeah. We weren't paying attention enough to the dick stick.
Yeah.
Not what I was expecting either.
Yeah, the movie was like, I mean, I knew like horror romance, you're gonna get some things. It was insanely sexual. So much of it.
Yeah.
I mean, even the ectoplasm. Like
I wanted to. I was like, guys, I actually was really excited when ectoplasm came into this. I was like, actually, and I'm thinking about wait a second, later on, I'm gonna have to defend this. I like to reel that back a little bit. Yes, I think we can infer things about that.
Yeah, and how to save her, they have to rub the ectoplasm on her face.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's not think about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Do you guys have a give me a funniest moment for you guys?
Ooh.
Stop.
I love the gag of when they're going around trying to collect the ectoplasm of going to the old guy's house, and he's saying about how he saw like the ginger thing in the backyard, and they're just like, oh, so it was a fox. He's like, oh, yeah, it was a fox. And
Okay, yeah.
Okay, we're gonna go
Have a good
now.
night.
Yeah. So instantly him being like, I locked myself out, does not need to be in the movie. So funny.
No. Mm-hmm.
I did like all this stuff. Jesus, actually hard to hold on. Come back to me.
We'll come back.
Now I'm thinking that one might be superseding one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What were you thinking?
Go ahead, Kate.
Yeah, there were a couple of memorable moments for me. I think immediately, because I went into this thinking I was about to watch a horror movie, and then he gets on, and right at the beginning of the movie, he's talking about, have you ever felt sick after eating cheese? Ghosts often haunt cheese. And
Yes.
And it actually makes
Yes.
sense. Like, there's bacteria in the cheese that they infiltrate. That stuck with me a lot because it kind of set the tone of the movie, and I got very excited for it. And then later on, when Rose is announced that she's a virgin, and she goes, "What? Me? Who? Me? That was very funny to me.
Yeah.
Like,
And I
very
do.
real. It was so funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I do love her being like, well, what about like this person? And he was like, it was just the tip.
And she goes, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense. Right, that makes sense. That makes sense. That makes sense. Demon. I gotta say, my favorite is like the first gag. Well, that's not the first gag, of course. What you Kate just said is probably the first gag with the cheese. But the goat exploding. You know, if they're floating, that got me. That was my first laugh. You know, because I wasn't loving the dry humor at first, and then that happened, and I was like, oh, what? Holy shit, I wasn't expecting that at all. There's no indication that it's going to explode in that moment, so it's great.
I was gonna say I wasn't thinking about it until you brought it up, Caitlin. I think there was like a line like around like the cheese like said around like, oh, have you had like bad dreams like after eating cheese like or something like that, and like that really stuck with me. Because I know that I know I shared before the podcast some interesting dreams I've had, so it was pretty relatable. Sorry, Nick, that's premium content that you can't access right now. So.
Oh, premium content.
Oh, yeah, even from you.
Oh yeah. It's it is premium content because I'm lactose intolerant. So it's another level. Mm-hmm.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, well I hide it.
Are you like yeah. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing for you.
Yeah, why don't you tell me about it? How about you tell me about it, Bill?
Yeah. Do you enjoy your lactaid milk?
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love it.
Let me guess, bro is eating supplements.
Those lactate pills, the lactase enzyme things. Have you see whatever? Those are like crack to me.
Oh, okay.
I swear, I have chased those in a parking lot because they were blowing away out of my pocket.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Like you were like one last hit. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Before like eating like a big ass cheese pizza, like okay, like.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well,
anyway,
I feel closer to you now. I feel like after sharing.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, I'm getting intimate in this cast. Really opening my heart out.
I know what I'm getting you now for. I know what I'm getting you for your wedding now. So.
I was like, I don't know what Ryan's getting now based on that. Lifetime supply of lactate.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. See, don't you love being on the podcast? We just lose the plot every now and again of what's going on.
It's the best podcast ever. It's so much fun.
For us, I call that off-roading when we do that, when we just don't talk about the movie. I learned something about Nick today, and I feel like this is like in the thing of the Lovecast, This is kind of in that theme, so.
Getting closer with each other,
Oh, yeah.
I'm part of the pod now.
You are.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
I'm here today.
Yeah.
Ties the vibe. What's it? Yeah, no. I was surprised by sort of the plot didn't go with this movie where I exactly thought it was going to go. I kind of had it in my mind. I'm like, oh, there's gonna be like a key cozy like Ghostbusters, like like it's gonna be, you know what I'm saying? And then it went a little like off kilter. How did you guys kind of like the middle act of it, like the sort of I guess they call it Act 2? Yeah.
I think that's kind of where it got a little bit weaker for me personally. I think that you have like the zaniness of that first act, and they get the first ectoplasm out of the guy haunting the trash can, and then she kind of goes off on her own, and then we spend like 20 minutes waiting for like the next thing to happen. That was kind of where I was like, okay, let's get back. I want the relationship to start, the romance between Martin and Rose, because she's holding back, and it makes sense why her character is holding back. She feels that her powers is the reason that she slaughtered, as she says, her father. Very funny way of saying it. And then seeing how he dies, it makes sense why it's described that exact way.
He gets hit by a truck. Yeah. Yeah. I found that the scene that like in actually that I really felt that was like the scene in the car with the antagonist and his wife. To me, like that whole scene for some reason felt like they had never rehearsed the scene before, and it was their first time with lines. Like, did you guys pick up on that? Like, it kind of just felt like they were talking lines, right?
A little improvisational at times.
Yeah.
Especially.
Yeah, and I don't know if that landed much at all. I felt like it was more like a brick wall because I was like you, Ryan. I wanted to focus on the romance. I was like so tied to like this cute couple that was forming that like I didn't care as much about the plot of the antagonist.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna go out and say it. I think Will Forte, as Christian, thinks he's the funniest character in the movie, when in reality, I think Rose and Martin are a lot better than him.
Yes.
I agree. It kind of surprised me when I was reading some reviews that people thought that was the best character, because I was completely focused on this couple, and it was a funny ad, and I did enjoy that. When you're first watching the movie, you think it's going to go in the direction of, okay, they're going to exorcise the house. Like, I didn't see this extra antagonist coming, and it was a funny addition, but the main couple really made the movie for me. So I was surprised that people loved him so much.
Yeah. Kate, do you believe that the couple loved each other? Is this a true, healthy relationship?
Oh, good question.
Do you not? Yes, I do.
No, I do. I want to say
Oh.
you were the love expert on this episode. I wanted to ask that.
Yeah, I think they're so cute together. I mean, he brings her a sandwich, and he's talking about her later after the fact, and even her driving home from that first driving lesson, and all of these ghosts that she was irritated by before, the waving branch and the toaster that she had kind of been rolling her eyes out, I think on her way there.
Yeah.
She was saying hi to them on the way home. Just the change in mood, I thought it was very cute and very well done. And just those little details about how they influenced each other's emotions even after their first meeting, I loved.
Yeah.
Very adorable.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
I
they
agree.
both kind of fulfill each other's character arcs of, like, you know, how, like, Martin is at the beginning, how he's afraid of his ghost wife and doesn't want to exorcise her, and by the end, he's able to get over that.
Yeah, they both helped each other a lot, it was nice to see those difficulties.
Yeah, the chemistry is good, right? The chemistry.
Yeah, the chemistry was good.
I did see some people, critical, more critical. I'm not critical at all. Like, I love everything. Like, just let it wash over you, right? Like they just didn't think like the chemistry worked out. But I do agree with the kind of comments like you guys are levying, like that like Will Forte is weirdly not what is holding this whole ride together. If that makes sense. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Caitlin, I want to ask you, if you are going on a date with someone, right, and you're like, you know what, we're going to watch a movie. It's not the first date, because since a lot of people say movies for the first date isn't great, right? You're comfortable with this person.
Sorry.
Yeah. What?
I don't want to.
Yeah.
They suck.
I don't want to come in like a hammer here. I'm like, you're not talking to each other. You're watching a movie.
You guys
Yeah,
should
that's
do a relationship podcast episode. Get some advice here for the people.
That's what the world needs.
Yeah.
Yes.
Us three guys.
From us.
Here's how relationships should be.
Yeah.
No.
Well, Caitlin, what would be your go-to movie that you would show for a date?
Well, something like this is perfect. It's funny, it's romantic, it's cute. Depends how well you know each other, how long you've been going out. I recently saw Wuthering Heights.
Oh.
Yeah, that's one, a little, maybe further down the line, not one to take your mom to.
Spicy.
Not what I was expecting, because I read the book, and now I'm taking us off path here. But in the book is very tame. It was written in the 1800s, and then you go watch this movie, and
Oh.
they
sexed it up a little bit.
Some A lot of it.
Yeah.
Matter of fact, the whole movie. Matter of fact, the entire plot. Yeah, but a movie like this, I was kind of thinking, because it is getting closer to Valentine's Day, and it's just it's a cute little one. It's a little scary. You can hold on to each other without being terrified. But also, like, horror movies in general are good, too. Psychologically, anything that spikes your stress hormones and, like, gets you excited, your brain can't really differentiate between, like, feeling excited and falling in love and being a little nervous, scared, and anxious. It's kind of the same hormones.
It's the same hormones, serotonin and dopamine.
Yeah, to a suspenseful horror movie. They might like you a little more for it.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
I have a really bad movie date story.
Okay.
I'm gonna save it for the end of the podcast. I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it.
Don't forget.
Because I can't like I have to like say it and then like the like show ends. Because like, I can't live in a stew. I can't live.
I
in a
also
stew.
have a really bad one as well.
All right, 2, 3.
Yeah.
I also have a bad one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Is this a horror movie date story?
I remember Nick's bad one, but
Oh, you guys remember my? I'll tell Kate really quick because I have said it on the previous episode. It was Haunting in Connecticut, and it was a date. And then on the ride home, we were not of driving age. We were sitting together in the back of the seat. She texted on her phone, "I think we should break up," and then she handed me the phone. And that was the Haunting in Connecticut for me. So.
For other reasons, or did she hate the movie that much?
I don't know. To be honest, it was like middle school, but.
Dude, I did not remember that part. I did not remember the part with the handing the phone. I just thought it was like the movie was so bad, like we have to break it. You know, it was objectively.
God.
Hey, that was my idea and it was bad, so we should just break up now.
I don't know if like the person that I'd be talking about if she watches the podcast, so I don't know if I want to say it on it. I'll say it off. I'll say it off air just in case.
Oh,
but
come
I
on!
All right, I'm easily swayed. I'm easily
Come
swayed.
on! Yeah! Okay,
All right, I went. This was high school. I went on a date with this girl. We saw the Will Ferrell and Amy Poehler movie about them creating a casino in their house. I can't think of the name of it right now.
Yes. I remember this.
Yeah, that was like 2016, 2017. Wow.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
And so, it's over. I'm walking her back to her car. I'm like, I'm about to give her a kiss. I'm like, all right, I'm like psyching myself up for it,
Yeah, when you're like 17, you're like, all right, here we go.
Yeah,
Exactly.
find out.
Right? So we get to her car, and I'm like, all right, this is I'm hyping myself up for it. I'm trying to get myself ready for it. And then the car that is parked kind of if her car is right here, the car was right here, the lights just went straight on the brights. And it was her mom. She never texted that she got to the movies, and the mom was scared and panicked and showed up and yelled at her in front of me standing there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. Bit of a vibe killer.
Needless to say, we didn't go on another date after that, and I saw Spider-Man after.
What? Wait a second. This is so that's weird. That was not your fault at all. That was not even okay, nothing bad happened. So Nick's fault was that he chose a terrible movie. Right? Nick did no research in his movies and everything. I am not kidding. I'm glad we're so we're sharing and learning things and everything. I cannot tell you mine until I don't think we're quite in wrap up mode right now, so I don't think I can really talk about it until I can make a quick exit. Because it is quite cringe.
I'm so excited.
I know. I don't mean to like clickbait, listen to the end of the episode to hear Bill embarrass himself, but okay, yeah. Do you have any crazy stuff in that vein, Caitlin?
Nothing crazy bad like that. No, I think
But she's the love expert, you know, nothing
I am
bad.
the love
It's
expert.
true. It's true.
Things have been
No.
too good.
I think
Excuse
it's just
me.
guys will always use watching a movie as an excuse to
Watching a movie isn't just watching a movie.
and so or even in middle school, high school, guys would ask you on movie dates and try to kiss you in the theater, which don't do that. Don't do that. I'm here to watch a movie. There are people around us. I'm just not that kind of, or in the middle of the theater is kind of crazy.
I
Middle row, middle seat.
That is actually crazy. Sorry, sorry. I had friends that did that. Straight to the back. If you're gonna do
It's
that,
back. You
right?
can do that. It has to be planned. You have to know each other a little bit. Going from first kiss in the middle of a movie theater.
Absolutely.
We're not doing that.
Bold.
Bold.
My first kiss with our girlfriend was in a movie theater, and we broke up 3.5 years later. So, look,
Wait,
I mean,
That's a lengthy relationship.
that was
no,
That's
but
not
we
worth
kissed in
it.
the movie theater and it didn't work out. So I think you might be onto something there.
This what you just described was the end of a 3.5-year relationship.
No, that was the beginning of a 3.5-year relationship.
No. But then it was like the hand off, like cell phone text, like read this.
Oh no! That was something different. Oh, okay. Imagine.
That would be insane after.
I was like, I think I'd literally bail out of the car. I'd be just slow it down to 15 miles an hour and really forget. That is horrible. That would have been horrible. Jeez.
Great writing, horrible, whatever. Yeah.
So since we're talking about bad dates, then Caitlin, I want to ask you if, who knows if the person that you like is watching this, what is your dream date that you want to go on?
Oh.
Kind of great question.
Dream date. I'm such a fan of a 3-stop date. I think I've talked about this before. But a 3-stop date is dinner, activity, bar. But I think activity is good to start with. I love a long drive, walk on the beach. You could go to Topgolf, do something like that. Make a reservation. I think it's so nice when guys plan things and you just can turn your brain off and walk around with them and not even know where you are. I love that. And then a bar after, a fun activity after if it's going well. But having options to keep the night going, especially on a first date where it's you don't have to go home or be alone with them because you're just getting to know them, but you can move around a lot. I love dates like that. That's my favorite.
Yeah,
Guys,
dates where you
what's
can
the best date? Sorry, go on.
go to dates where you can test the vibe.
Yeah, test the vibe, keep it going, have some more options for later, and fun things, I love those. What's the best date you've ever planned?
Whoa, that's a good question. So I was gonna say, speaking upon your theory here, Caitlin, I've and also just like your personal preference, I put that into great effect in the very brutal dating scene of New York City. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of the crazy it's there's some I don't know, it's like unfortunately everybody meets on apps these days, which is love it or hate it, so many people do that. There is a lot of data to back up that just dating in urban environments, because of a variety of reasons, just leads to kind of tougher outcomes, right? It's kind of a thing that I guess because of, and you always gotta go for your kind of gut with stuff like this, but it's people don't really want to settle down, quote unquote, in urban environment. So there's a lot of ghosting. There's a lot of ghosting, is what I'm kind of trying to say, which is not not fun, a little more. Sorry, I had to get that one out. But I will say to that effect, I have found that activity into dinner, into bar or something like that, is a really good combo. 3-stop is really good. That's the night though. That's great. That's the night though. That's really nice.
Especially in New York City. I feel I like it so much because I moved from New York City, and now in LA, you kind of have to drive around everywhere, and it's not as fun to in New York, you can go to dinner and then walk to your next location, or even just walking around is a stop, just seeing a bar that you I love it there.
Itself.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. No, I think about I know this is weird conceptually, but I think dates that occur in the daytime are a little lower pressure. I found, if that makes sense, just because there's no like sorry, now we're like instead of off-roading, now we're like you know,
different podcast. Let's go.
Well, it's the Lovecast, you know. We're talking about relationships. We talk about the main relationship,
And
their first date.
is on theme.
Yeah.
True. Ghosting. Yeah, there we go. We got it.
Just like, you know, like, and like I'm just gonna say, like, in general, like, people are like, you know, like, there's like bad people in any dating scene anywhere, but just like I was a big believer in, like, for like my like friends, like people like I care about, like, it's like make it as like low pressure as possible, like for like stuff, like don't like feel like you have to like, you know, like meet anybody's expectations like necessarily, or like a thing, like, you know, if you're like dating to actually like you know fall in love, like then like you have to be like your true authentic self. And I think that weirdly there is less pressure to do that on like a Sunday afternoon than on like Saturday night per se. That's my kind of like view of that. But what do you guys think? Sorry, I think I took the mic for a little bit there.
I mean, I don't know. I mean, with Caitlin, that began with Caitlin asking what we think is the best date we've ever planned.
Yeah.
I will say there was this time where my fiance, before she was my fiance, we were living together and was going through a really hard time. Just a lot of stuff had happened with her job. So many people had quit, and she was like the only one left in her department. And we planned in February. We planned a weekend, or we planned a weekend in Wilmington, North Carolina, on the beach. It's off season. Wilmington's usually very touristy in the summer, but with it being off season, the hotel was off season prices. And it was really quiet, and so we just kind of went and just like to get away from things, and it was nice. It's this like weekend of not having to worry about anything and just literally being on the beach, even though it's February, you know. And we had this like fantastic like restaurant where they don't take reservations. You just have to like go put your name in and then wait like an hour. And it was like one of the best meals of our life. So this place called like Ocean. I think it was just called Ocean. Classic title. And then we did one of those games where like it's like a mystery game, right? Where like you can only play it once. And we like sat down and played it, and then we the last day we did jump in the water in February.
Yes.
Which was fucking freezing, but
really cool.
But that's probably the best. I mean, we had lived together. You know, when you're living together, you can combine finances, so things were a little more easy. It wasn't just like us flexing cash. It was like, well, let's see what we can take advantage of in the middle of the winter.
That's good. That's the type of date weekend you plan when you're ready to make someone your fiance. That's good.
Yeah, thank you. And I ultimately did like a year later after that. Yay!
That's the Lovecast. That's what we caused that. We helped that to occur. You actually didn't know that. Like, we like manipulated the timeline for
psychically. Our vibes are
on
that weekend is
yeah.
Yes.
Oh, wow, I'm so grateful for you guys.
Yeah.
For Ryan, Caitlin, and Bill. Just much love to every one of you.
Wow. The dream date that I'm about to say is not going to be anywhere close to that. But I mean, like, you know, Tina and I went to England over the summer. Like, that was big. But like, I think of a random date that I just think of all the time is we were in college. We got Chili's. We bought some Walmart garlic knots. We popped them in the oven, and we watched the first Leprechaun movie.
Oh, it's a good one.
And like we always think about that, and like think about like the garlic knots, and like some days we're like, you know what, get the garlic knots, like, you know.
Yeah, get the garlic knots.
And mind you, Chili's is the dream date. Chili's is the restaurant. Part of the 3-stop date, Chili's is the restaurant that I want to go to. Love that restaurant. I'm a big Chili's fan.
There we go.
The Chili's in Encino has seen a lot of me.
Chili's is amazing.
Triple dipper.
All right.
A triple
Yes.
dipper. Yeah.
Exactly.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. That's off topic, I guess.
All right, Bill. We'll go to you, and then we'll start to wrap some things up.
It is funny because I think I can only tell either my best date story or the really embarrassing movie story that happened. I'll leave it to you guys. I don't know which one you want to hear, but I don't think I have time to tell both. So.
You have time.
I can really condense the best date story, and then I can go into kind of agonizing detail.
I have a little bit more time if that's what you're worried about. But
Okay, great.
Yeah,
Okay.
we're good.
No, so like one of the best things about like New York is access to awesome shows and access to awesome like museums and like cultural stuff. I know she listens to this podcast intermittently. My girlfriend Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
So like I'm kind of like, okay.
Hi.
Kristen.
Hi. Shout out to Kristen. Hope you don't feel seen.
That's great. Sorry, I was kidding. Okay, not what I was hoping for, but that's okay. Anyway, yeah. Early on into us dating, we had this interesting thing, like where we had this interesting date that I sort of loosely planned because it was early enough on in our relationship that I was like, well, we could do this thing into this thing into this thing if it's going well. If you know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
So sort of like you can keep on the train or you can like get off.
Yeah.
You know?
Like what Kate was talking about. Yeah.
Right. Exactly. Right. Like like where do you get off the train? I remember we started with an activity. Went to the Museum of the Moving Image. I can offer. I don't know if you guys have ever been there.
I've heard about this.
Like literally, like my personal. I don't want to speak upon like us as like an organization. My personal endorsement. Really awesome museum. Really focusing in on parts of media and film that don't get talked about a whole lot. And I love that. We did that into one of my favorite Thai places in Ishkabibble. I won't like fully dox myself, you know. I will reveal something kind of funny that I always think about. Why do Thai places love puns so much? I don't know if you guys remember.
They do.
I don't want to dox
They do.
ourselves.
In our college town, there was a Thai place.
Yep.
Yeah, and it was the title was a pun.
Yeah, and this place was also a pun, and I know of another one in Brooklyn that is also a pun, and so I think there's something going on there. There's something going on there. It's like a funny thing for them. And you know we finished off you know at my place. That was the night she met my cats who sometimes appear. They're in really bad behavior tonight. I've been having to like swap them like off sides like and everything. You know, I'll be like please like you know and it was you know it was a really nice day. You know it was sort of I viewed that day and I've talked about with her retrospectively that was like sort of like the day like oh this could really be something like you know what I'm saying like you know you kind of have that like moment you kind of have like the date that's like oh like I actually like this person more than like you know like we could really be because some people date casually some people don't like you know like we could really you know like I could see this going like long term and we are still together.
Hell yeah.
So that's the kind of thing. I cannot tell Kristen that I described everything on this episode. Or, I don't know. She just might get a little embarrassed. I'll say I'm a really bad date thing now.
Wait, is this the one that you want to do on the podcast, or you want to do off?
Wait a second. Did I have one that was so bad that I had to do off? Oh, you know what? That's actually.
Oh no, we've given it out.
Oh, thank you, Ryan. Thank you, Ryan. I think I will keep it on the podcast. No, I can also condense that pretty well. when I first started, like dating in New York, I was really bad at it. I don't know if this might come surprising to you guys. Like, I don't really have a lot of game when it comes to that. I don't.
What?
I don't. Really? Okay. Sorry. I don't know if that's like surprising in any way. I get super nervous on making moves. I get super nervous just with the whole thing. I like dating conceptually, but when actually I'm doing it, and sometimes feels like I'm like a secret agent on like a mission.
I get stressed out.
You know what I'm
I'm
talking
like,
about?
I have a list of questions on my phone that I run to the bathroom and check, so I get to talk about.
Oh,
Yes, that is
that's
so
real.
So sorry, I was just confusing myself. I was on Hinge for like a lot of it, and what I used to do is that before a first date with somebody, I would go through all our messages together and like remember talking points, because like I know like it matters to some people. Like it's like it matters a lot. I mean, it's just good to be like, okay, like I remember just certain things like about like this like person, but like I don't want to like have them like repeat themselves with something they've already like told me. Like, and the thing it's like, oh, you mentioned like like this, if you know what I'm talking about. It matters a lot to people. Fast forward. This is date 3 with this particular person. I will not actually text them because I do not know what their current status. Respectfully, movie date at my place, right? Now there's certain implications, right?
Implication.
All right,
Bill.
I'm just saying the implications. Now keep that in mind. What you just thought about, like maybe, well, don't actually think about. Anyway, whatever. Don't think about it too much. Jesus.
Picture this, Bill.
It's hot in here, right? Anyway, so it was at my apartment, and she had described herself as like a person, and through our talks, I'm like, oh, she's very into film, like
Okay,
she's like,
a film person,
yeah,
a cinephile.
And that's like she was like I was like talking with something about her, and then like she would like be like, oh yes, and like oh, so like they were in this thing, and I was like, I've never heard of that thing, like and that's pretty impressive, like like we were like on like a movie podcast, like that was pretty impressive to me, like like I was like,
yeah,
okay,
yeah.
Anyway,
if you're listening, we would love to have you on the podcast, Mr. No.
If you would like to meet Bill again, if you have things that you would like to say,
like
contact us.
Imagine my apartment.
Bring me back on
like,
this episode.
Yeah,
I was gonna say, but Caitlin will be like the.
the love expert again.
Exactly.
This is when you hear. Okay, all right. I'll land the plane a little bit. She talked about Terry Gilliam quite a bit, right?
Okay.
Terry Gilliam is the right name. The Monty Python guy that directed
Oh.
movies. Yeah. Right? Is it Terry
Gilliam?
Gilliam? Gilliam?
Yes, yes, Terry Gilliam.
Terry Gilliam. Okay.
Life of Brian, Holy Grail. Yeah.
All that stuff, right? Later, things like Brazil, which I don't know if you guys have ever seen, 80s sci-fi movie that a lot of people hold in very high esteem. I personally do not. I don't really love it. But a lot of people talk about that in conversations with some of the greatest. What we decided on, though, was one of his efforts from the 90s, 12 Monkeys. Have you guys seen 12 Monkeys?
Mm-hmm.
No.
Okay.
It's a good one.
That is okay. It is a good one. I knew some things of the plot. It features, like, the most problematic part I would say about it is that it features, what's his face, Mr. Brad Pitt, in a, like, he is pretending to be somebody with, like, a mental illness.
Yeah.
But then it's not super clear, like, both in his character and, like, where, like, because it's like he's more sane than he's letting on, but he's still like portraying somebody in like a mental institution, whatever.
Gotcha.
Anyway, we're watching this film. I'm really engrossed by it. I'm so engrossed by it, right? Like Bruce Willis is giving a really amazing performance. It's sort of like a dystopian, like the world, something bad happened in the world, endemically, like biologically, right? And then it's like, okay, like Bruce Willis, we have time travel technology. You need to go back in time so we can stop whatever did this to the world.
Okay.
And it's very interesting, like there's like a ruling class in the future, and he's like not a member of that. So like, there's a lot of dynamics that play there.
Okay.
I really love this movie. I'm really engaged, right? Literally, we get to the end of the movie, And I'm like, God damn, that was so good. And she's looking at me really mad. And like, I was like, oh, did you like not like the movie? Like, sorry, I thought you were a Terry Gilliam fan. And she proceeds to be like, and like, I don't know if like, you know, and I kind of agree with her, like, in the grand scheme of things, like, you know, she's like, hey, when you invite somebody over on a third date movie at your place.
Oh, it was a third date.
Third date. There's sort of an implication, you know, the implication that something is going to happen. And,
oh, there was no cuddling. There was no cuddling.
Not really, y'all. Not really.
They were
y'all.
watching 12 Monkeys like.
I know. I was like, oh, what's gonna happen?
No
next?
armor and anything, just.
She goes with the arm. You're like, no, hold on, I'm watching.
I was like, please, go.
She's seeing Bruce Willis and like Mr. Pitt.
I high-key know where she is coming from, but she vacated my apartment so quickly, and then, I don't know, like, there was a minor telling me off over text, and then I was like, did I fuck up here? And I kind of came to the conclusion that, yeah, I guess I kind of.
No, I
really
hard disagree. Yes.
Really?
If she wanted something to happen and it hadn't happened yet, as a girl in that situation, you can look at any man you're sitting next to and go, hey, do you want to make out now? He's gonna say yes. Like, what are you doing bringing negativity into the room when you can simply have a make out after the movie?
And I would.
There is a whole post-movie. Yeah, it's not like, okay, movie done, good night.
Yeah, you don't have to run out of the apartment and give a telling off. Just say, hey, it's time to kiss me now. The guy's gonna say yes.
I wanted to be, sorry, in my most, like, toxic, like, problematic thing, I'd be like, wait a second, I thought you were a movie person. Like,
yeah.
until the movie's over.
Yeah, I mean, I think that's valid. Right, because, like, you want to respect something that she appreciates.
Right, that's kind of what I thought. Like, I was like, oh, no, I'm picking a movie not to be like, hey, we're going to, like, put this on, but we're actually not paying attention, and actually we're going to, like, like, make out or whatever. Like, it was literally, picking this movie because we both haven't seen it. I know you like Terry Gilliam. Sorry, I was theory crafting.
Yeah.
Really good. Anyway, I do remember being like, sort of like, maybe I need to take a break from New York because I am not built for this stuff. Thinking about it now, I probably could have, played that a little differently.
You should have been like, what if we go back in time, like in the movie, to the start of the movie, and this time, well.
I'm like, actually, sorry. It's clear to me that you weren't paying attention at all because actually we can go back.
And that's when, in that moment, you restart the movie, and you're like,
"Whoa!" Hey. I'll be real. Where I don't know what combination of words I would have made to say for that not to happen, but it was quickly like movie over, and I was like, you know, like standing ovation. I was like, oh, so what did you think of it? Like, no, and then she was like, what are you talking about? Like, just so bad. And like I was like, I guess I could have done a little.
Also, that's an insane movie to be like, let's make out during this movie.
I also just gotta say, if I probably, if I read the room a little more, I probably wouldn't have picked like a cerebral, like, shut up and watch movie.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
You know, like, I probably shouldn't have done. I will like know for like, you know, and with Christian, you know, for the future, like, you know, that you really maybe not always the best idea to combine a movie that is. You got to pay attention to with doing whatever, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, doing what Rose and Martin have to do to save themselves at the end of Extraordinary.
We're back, and the road, the buggy, we're back on the track.
Well done. Yeah, and I was thinking what you have to do is you have to explain your intention, just like Martin communicates at the end of the first date driving test. He goes, actually, I am a good driver. Honesty. He explains what he intended to do afterwards. I forget what he says, but he wanted to meet her. And you know what? She falls in love with him. See? Intentionality and communication leads to a healthy relationship.
You guys should start a dating podcast. This is good.
Oh gosh.
Well, you're all in relationships now.
We are, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
unfortunately for the podcast, one of us is going to have to, end their relationship. I actually not yet. He's been dating the longest.
At my wedding.
And
At
I'll
my
record
wedding.
it for the Three Strangers podcast.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
The moment.
Yeah, and then we'll break out the recording set and be like, we're here with Nick, who just did not get married in
You're, like,
front of
devastated.
every single person who's important to him. Let's talk about it.
Everybody's like throwing shit at you and like stuff, like everybody's like let's kill him, let's kill him. Like it's like such an uproar. It's like the worst thing ever. I think as your confidant, Nick, I think I would like to not be a part of that. I think I'd sort of excuse myself and go canoeing or something.
Let's get the hell out of there.
Yeah, I gotta get the hell out of there.
Yeah.
Far away from this, like, Three Strangers who?
About to make myself a stranger.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, stranger indeed. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. But with all of that being said, thank you everyone for listening to this podcast episode. Thank you, of course, to our love expert, our friend Caitlin, for being on here. We love having you on. You are always welcome to come back whenever you want if you have a movie to talk about or you just want to gossip.
Yeah, guys, we should do a love episode, and you guys can help me with my love life.
Oh.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh.
Maybe we can watch another little romantic one. Let me know if you ever find one. But this was so much fun. Thank you for introducing me to this movie because I absolutely loved it. It was so good. It made me so happy to watch. And I love being on the podcast always. So
Thanks for
thank you so
thanks for
much
coming on.
having me.
Yeah. Well,
anytime.
I think we have one to recommend for you to watch that we've
We
talked
do?
about before.
Oh, we do?
Lisa
What?
Frankenstein.
Oh. I was gonna suggest Let the Right One In.
Oh,
Wait, what if I look
yes.
scared?
Let the right one in. Let the
okay.
right one in.
Let the Right One In is like a perfect romance horror.
Yes.
Okay, I'm looking it up right now.
Yeah.
We're saying no to Lisa Frankenstein?
Right.
We're talking about Let the Right One In? Come
Yeah,
on.
come on, buddy.
Hold on. I know we're wrapping up here. Hold on a second. This is where I flash the majority stake.
No.
Guys,
Not the 34%.
No!
It's like scary, guys.
Oh, it's like it's probably more like a more scary Twilight.
Yeah. Yep.
Listen, and I'm gonna go out here and say I think it's one of the best vampire horror movies. I love Let the Right One
I do
In,
like vampires.
but
One of the best.
Lisa Frankenstein, horror romance comedy,
That is really funny
Okay,
because
I do like
PG-13, not very like scary, but very cute, very funny.
Okay, I'm sold. That's the one.
Okay.
that's- Okay, well.
Well,
That is so funny. I thought Ryan for sure was going to say Let the Right One in.
That's what I thought
I
too.
love Let the Right One
Talk
In.
about that as like an
You guys
example
both
of...
look shocked.
Yeah. We were like, what?
I love Let the Right One In. That's one of my favorite steelbooks that I have.
Okay.
That's such a good horror romance, but like, Lisa Frankenstein, like perfect cute romance. Catherine Newton, Cole Sprouse is in it.
Yeah.
You know.
sold. Oh, done.
Yeah,
There-
Cole
see-
Sprouse.
Yep.
Mhm.
There we go. Thank you.
The man knows his audience.
Thank you guys.
All right, next time we'll do
thank you
Lisa
everyone
Frankenstein.
for thank you everyone for listening. This is sorry I had to flash the stake amounts over there.
That was
You
really...
know.
Wow.
We'll have a healing conversation after this.
Yeah. This will be the last episode of Three Strangers podcast.
Yes. You never hear from us again. No.
Yeah, our comeback will be on Heartbreak Hotel.
Yeah, that would be so much fun.
It would be.
Yeah.
so in.
Yes,
We just have to
please.
fly out, or we meet in the middle in like Ohio or something, in Kansas.
Let's meet any... I was like,
Except
somewhere interesting. Let's at least meet somewhere interesting. Okay, yeah. Sorry, this came down really hard in Ohio.
Damn.
That's okay.
You guys are
That's
about
okay.
to get canceled by the state of Kansas.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's make Skibbity, Kansas a thing.
Okay, well, you know what? Ryan, we can wrap up
Oh,
anytime
God.
you need.
All right, Caitlin, you're in. You're the third stranger now. We're,
Yeah.
all right, please subscribe to Caitlin Erin O'Neill on YouTube. Please listen to her podcast, Heartbreak Hotel. It is amazing. I love listening to it.
you.
Please watch her stream Call of Duty. She is getting better.
I am getting better.
Nice.
Getting better. And we have a special guest appearance sometimes. So that's
Oh.
very exciting. You guys can
Whoa.
interact.
Oh, that's fun.
It's fun.
Okay.
Awesome.
And with that being said, always remember, make sure if you have a significant other that you ask them to be your Valentine.
Mm.
Yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's true.
Well
It's
said.
true.
Mhm.
Well
I did it
said,
last
well
night.
said.
Bye, everyone.
Yes. Bye,
See ya.
everyone.
Bye, guys.